started coffee roasting in 2012, so I've been going for about 6 years, and it all began over a game of golf. Golf in the Hunter Valley with a bunch of coffee heads. So that led to a trip up the New South Wales coast to visit a whole heap of roasters, and from there I gathered all the parameters and the techniques and some of the blends, and came back and basically made this thing. A roaster, as you can see, is made out of, basically it's a stainless steel keg. And it's not just any stainless steel keg, it's a locally sourced keg. Came from McWilliams. I bought it off them to make red wine out of many years ago. And used it as the body, the barrel for the drum. Inside of the drum there's a perforated stainless steel drum which is spinning on this rotisserie axis here. And it's driven off a single phase gear motor that I got from Barter's. So it came out of the Barter's shed. And that came from a Griffith camping shop. As far as drinking the coffee goes, I like the beans that make my wife really happy, because that's part of our ritual. But in terms of roasting, I tend to stick to Central Americas, because locally that's what we like. We like a chocolatey, cocoa-y, like a really full-bodied, luscious coffee. And Central Americas give me that. My dog's just pretty generally hopped up. I think he just likes catching it. I could flick him a baked bean, it'd be just the same. But no, he likes it because I'm in here and it's sort of where I'm mucking around with him. I throw in coffee beans. He trusts me, he eats them. When the coffee's ready, you get a really pronounced cracking. It sort of sounds like putting milk into rice bubbles. It splits and cracks, and some people will be familiar with the term the first crack. That's when the bean's roasted, it's swollen up to a point where the seed coat's started to crack, and it does that with an audible, quite a noisy crack, which you can hear through this machine. And after that I'm looking for the very next stage that follows the first crack, and that's the onset of second crack. And that's just the last of the sugars caramelizing, the last of the seed coat expanding, and it's a different sort of a name, a different sort of a sound. It's more of a fine splitting, but that's very precise. I've got to pull the roast as soon as I hear that. Well, I'm looking for the smoke. That's another cue that tells me the roast is getting complete. And basically it's, there's oils that are in the bean, they're migrating to the outside, they're getting caught up in the heat, turning to smoke. Nothing's actually burning, it's more the oils. So I'm going to have to burn some of the oils off to bring the bean through to being at the correct rate of roast. But I don't want to give too much of that oil away, because that's our crema. So a little bit's fine, but I've got to preserve as much of the oil as I can as well. And that is exactly what I was looking for. I'm looking for a nice chocolatey dark tan without it being black. I don't want it to be too far gone, too far into the roast, because all the oils will come to the surface and get burned off. I'm going to lose them all and won't get a nice crema. But as you can see, that's a nice glassy looking bean. Therefore all the oils are still there, and it's a nice dark rich tan. That's going to drink really well. Beautiful. So this is the same coffee you just saw being roasted, but it's about a week old. So it's all those different origins are all mixed and blended together. There we go, 21 grams. There we go. Some of these to you. My name's Harvie, and I roast coffee.